Uh, so today, I'm actually going to be installing my Tanabe exhaust on my car. Now, I know you guys have probably been waiting for my headers installation, which I keep talking about in some of my previous vlogs. That being said, I've gone out, I've exhausted myself getting some of the parts, head studs, gaskets, everything that I really need to do the headers. Now, when I went to spray some of the heat shield bolts with penetrating oil this morning, I sprayed them, and it was almost like the nuts disintegrated in my hand. Now, I don't necessarily just want to break my heat shield off. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about it, and you know, this is actually really difficult, and I'll show you why. My headers are so far inside my car. It's not like a lot of inline fours where, you know, the intake is in the back. This one, intake manifold's in the front. Exhaust manifold is back here. And like, you can see how tight my engine bay, like this is my rain catch, you know what I mean? Like, I have to stick my hand back here, and I got like flex head wrenches to be able to reach down here. And you guys probably still can't see. There's my heat shield. Well, all the way in the back, like those bolts down there. I can't zoom in with this camera. Those bolts are just completely rusted, so I'm not going to be able to pull the heat shield off today. I'm kind of upset, you know, that I can't really do this. Like, I don't really have a lot of skills when it comes to this kind of stuff. I could try to jack the car up and get underneath it. I just don't want to waste any time today. Like, I'd rather get some stuff done than not get anything done at all and just be standing around scratching my head. So I'm going to put my exhaust on. I'm sorry that there's not going to be like a sound difference between the intake and the headers without an exhaust, you know, and just the stock exhaust. That was my original intention, but at least I'm going to get something done today, and I could show you and do this vlog. So, hey guys, so as you can see, I'm a little winded, so I just jacked up the rear of my car. So, and I cut myself somehow. Little pinhole. If you guys can see that either. Bleeding. Blood, sweat, and tears. So I can get under here pretty easy. This is like all pretty loose. There's one grommet mount there. There's another grommet mount. And then we got our spring bolts that are attaching our axle back right there. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the bolts, and then we're going to see if this just slips right off the grommets with some Windex or something like that. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready here. For this, you're going to need a 14mm socket. You're going to need, I'm pretty sure it's a 14mm spanner. Let me check that right now. Huh. Come on. Maybe not. Maybe it's slightly longer. $15mm it seems like. I don't know if that's right though. It's really hard to get this on here. All these freaking bolts underneath this car are fucking rusted. Maybe battling rust. Project, I guess. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be 16mm and I just don't have that. We're gonna see here. Ah. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Oh, I might have to impact these off, guys. Well, guys, this has already proven itself to be a complete and total bitch. I already sliced my knuckle open. Not fun. These bolts under here are so rusty that hold these spring bolts on that I'm glad I have another set. And I'm also going to have to use, pretty sure, this set of vice grips to even get them off. Because a regular socket won't grab it, and I don't have any special anti-strip tools, so I'm going with the motorcycle enthusiast approach where you just clamp it. The socket's too big. I need the 14 millimeter. Let's see if I get it to break now, which I probably won't be able to. This is incredible. Ah! Ah! I wonder if I'm going to have to cut these off. I might have to cut these off because they don't want to move. I don't know. Alright guys, so basically what I did was I took my Dremel and I cut these springs, and it took a lot of the tension off to where I feel like I'm breaking it loose. So I see that the bolt's not moving on the other side, which is good. So I basically got one bolt freed up here. This might take me a little while. I should have just used the impactor, to be honest. Well, guys, with a little bit of help from the Harbor Freight impact gun, I was able to get both freaking spring bolts off. That was a bitch. So that's freed up now, as you can see. I'm going to try to get it off this first grommet here. Seems like it's being a little bit of a pain. It could be because this frickin' grommet in the rear, the pipe is so rusty. We're gonna take a second here to figure this out. Alright guys, so I just got my exhaust out. This rear hanger here, this bolt, this thing was like rusted over so bad I was afraid I was going to cut myself again, so I just kind of grinded it down, slipped off real easy. And this was kind of a pain in the ass because this wasn't corroded at all and still had the whole loop. I sprayed it with Windex, gave it a real good tug, and it came off. So now I got it all off. It kind of looks like that gasket's alright, but I might just change it anyway. That might be a smart thing to do, so we'll see if that comes off easy. Probably won't. It's probably on there. Yeah, it seems like it's melted on there pretty good, so maybe I'll just leave it alone. Yeah, I'll just leave it alone. I'll put my pipe on. How's that? Beautiful. Matter of fact, I might just keep this on until she's on there completely. Should I hang like that? Just like that. Alright, let's see how this works out here, guys. It's not really a car job unless you're like yelling at your car in your mind and screaming, but also dreaming at the same time. That's literally how easy it is to hang a new exhaust in your car. It's a little dirty now. I'm going to have to clean that pipe up. Now I just need to put my 2 spring bolts in, and we should be done. We can start her up and listen to what she sounds like. So I got my spring bolts in. They're a little different from the stock ones. Kind of. Just because I think the washer's like mounted to the actual stock ones. So this right here, I'm just kind of threading them in. The threads are actually on the exhaust side. I'm not going to thread them in too much because it seems like I should probably get them on just a little bit and then torque them down evenly. So, oh, I forgot to put the cylinder on that side too. For those of you who haven't done this before, like myself, first time maybe, it's going to go washer, cylinder, spring, with the nut on the back side, which I forgot to do on this first one. So I'm going to take it off real quick and start over. At least this one threaded on really easy. Shouldn't be that much of a pain. So, put that off, put my cylinder back in. There we go. Now we're in business. So I'm going to thread these on, guys, and I've done some reading because I don't have the manual for this car. I've tried to do some research. Some people have said the best torque spec for these is like 35 pounds. I've seen other people say 25, so I'm going to do somewhere in the middle, like 28, and test that out and make sure there's no leaks, and if there's leaks I'll tighten it down some more. You know, just kind of take this as it comes. So, we're getting close here, guys. They are pretty tight. Alright guys, Yaris has a new exhaust now. Give it a couple revs for it. I'm stoked. It's a bummer that I didn't get to get my new exhaust manifold on. I don't even really know what I'm going to do about that. I might send it back. Just because I don't really know. Like, if this engine was a little bit easier to work on, like if I had more room to get in there, like, I don't know. To me, I don't know if it's worth taking my entire windshield wiper mechanism apart, my entire rain guard off. Like, that's what you have to do to put coilovers on this car. Just in case you guys are thinking about that in the future. If you have a Yaris and you want to lower it, you should look it up first, because the freaking strut towers are underneath the rain guard. So all this stuff has to come off. Well, I just kind of peeled that off. Whoops, whatever. So all that has to come off if you want to do headers, if you want to do a coilover system, or if you even want to put freaking lowering springs in your car. That's what you have to do. You have to take this entire guard off. So I don't even know if I'm going to do that. I don't even know if I'm going to lower this car. I might just leave it exactly the way it is. It looks pretty cool. It's got a little bit of rumble to it now. It's just kind of my daily driver, you know. I'd like to get a project that's easier to work on for the future. Something that's rear-wheel drive, something that'll drift. I'm saving. I have a savings in play right now. We're just waiting on the right car to come along. So this is a pretty successful day. Prior vlogs. Come and take a look. Another look. One more look at this exhaust. A nice big that cone there. That's how it hangs. Seems like I do have something of an exhaust leak, because I could see water dripping out from where the two pipes mate. I'm really not too overly concerned about it right now, but I probably will do something about it in the future. Maybe I'll loosen those back up, and put a new gasket on. I had a gasket. That gasket just seemed pretty melted on there, so I just left it. So I was thinking, why not go for a little spin around there, but you'll know what she sounds like. I like the way it sounds. It's good because I live in a community where there's definitely people who would complain about having an exhaust that's too loud. Like if I did a full cat delete or something like that and put bigger pipe on my car, or if I just went with a regular old fart can or something like that, or an HKS, I'm pretty sure that I'd have neighbors that would be complaining. But this is just enough where I think it makes it sporty. It gives it that sporty sound, and you know, it's not too overwhelming if you live in, like, you know, a residential neighborhood where people are going to complain about your vehicle. Tanabe Medallion, 93 decibels. I could definitely feel an increase in horsepower. Maybe not much. I think they estimate like between 5 and 7, and I would say that's pretty accurate. The only thing that I've noticed is, like, because of the intake having like bigger pipe, when I would let off the gas, there'd be like some bogginess, some hesitation, like it was sputtering. With the performance exhaust, I really don't have that unless you're idling and you're really not giving it gas. So in that regard, I really like this exhaust. You know, it's making it easier for my car to breathe. The only area of restriction is going to be the mid pipe, where my silencer and my catalytic converter are. Pull a little U-ey in this cul-de-sac here. Downshift isn't too loud, which I like, and it's really not going to bother you when you're touring or going on like longer trips and stuff like that. Inside the car with the window shut, really not as loud as you would think. I thought it was going to be at least twice as loud as it is right now. This is definitely manageable. If you're the kind of person that you just don't want to listen to that rumble all day long, but you want a little bit more performance, I would suggest the Tanabe Medallion Touring. Maybe if you got a girl or something like that who gets headaches and stuff, and she don't want to listen to your fart can all day long, you know, that's another reason why you might want to get this exhaust. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I wish I could have got those headers on. Some of you guys might be like, oh, I gave up too easy. Well, think about it, guys. I have 2 scissor jacks. I don't have a lift. I would have had to take the entire front, you know, rain catch off my car, which I really don't feel like doing. If I wanted to do that, I would have put lowering springs in my car instead of, you know, a new exhaust manifold for $100. You know what I mean? So, that being said, I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to wait. I might try to return them and get my money back. It might be too late at this point. I think it's been a few weeks. But we'll see what they have to say about that. It might just be like, oh, 30 days, blah, 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 but whatever. I'm going to see if I can get my money, because, like I said, actually, maybe I didn't say, when I got the headers, 2 bolts where the spring bolts are supposed to go, one slides through perfect. The other one is like threaded and it keeps catching, so I don't really want to use that. You know, I was even thinking about drilling it out, and if I drill it out, I'm not going to be able to return it, so I might as well try to get my $100 back. If not, Manzo, I'll try to sell them on frickin' eBay or whatever, and then some other guy's going to complain about the threading issue, and they'll probably end up getting returned to me. But so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to try to return them. But Tanabe Medallion, I'm really happy. I don't really know what the next car vlog. There might not be a lot of car vlogs for a while, guys, just because I'm out of parts. I'm out of ideas. I don't really want to go too extreme with this car. I didn't want to do like throttle body control or high performance O2 sensor or anything like that, or even like a math. So I'm just going to leave it alone. This is my daily, and when I get a new car, I'll really try to go a little bit more balls to the wall with these projects and stuff, and try to make like an actual race car for you guys. But for now, I think this is going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Maybe tune in the future for other vlogs, and there's going to be more surfing stuff coming up because it's spring. First day of spring was like 2 days ago, so it's warming up here in Jersey, and there's going to be waves soon. And you know, I mean, there's been waves all winter. I haven't been out there. I had staff and yeah, personal stuff. So I'm ready to get back out in the water and maybe shape some boards for you guys and do some artwork, and hopefully you guys will be stoked on that. So take it easy.